actually make your life as a presenter much easier. Now, we know that actually all of us at some stage, for example, will definitely and ah. All of us. It's being aware of it. We know that actually sometimes we will try and be as enthusiastic as we possibly can because we have a huge passion for the subject. So what Patricia's just taken us through there are key fundamentals which hopefully, certainly remembering more of these and forgetting most of these, and by applying the structure, will make your preparation a lot easier when you start to prepare your lecture. Now, one of the great things here, we mentioned about Barack Obama before, actually. You asked a question about Barack Obama, and what do we think of him as a speaker? Well, actually, as a scripted speaker, he's very good. Scripted. When he's reading off a script which has been prepared, with plenty of time, with good research, with his background staff who've put it all together for him, he'll have rehearsed. He'll have practiced. Maybe even in front of a mirror. He would definitely have practiced in front of his staff, and he will have a voice coach. Fact. But if you listen to him without him having a script, he's completely different. He's slightly flustered. He then starts to stutter a little bit. He does. Ah. So again, part of your preparation, in order for you to be able to be that polished, that professional in front of your audience, we have also got to bear in mind and take into consideration the use effectively of our voice. Now, voice training, for example, how many people have ever been in presentations like this? Come on, put your hands up. Show me. Exactly. Yeah. Think back to your college, your school, your university, your medical training. I'll guarantee that perhaps some of you have even been like this. Put your hands up now if you honestly have ever either nodded off or completely fallen asleep in a lecture. I have. I have. In fact, I was the guy who, when I was doing a very senior battle course in my previous life, we'd been out on manoeuvres, a 14-week course, nothing compared to medical school, of course, exactly. Thank you for that. But it was 14 weeks long, it was extremely arduous. We'd been out all night, and in those days, it's changed now, we were going through sleep deprivation. And we had probably at that time had 4 or 5 hours sleep in about 4 or 5 days. And we'd come back in at 2 o'clock in the morning, we was all dirty, cold, hungry, smelly, still had our war paint on, and we were told to clean all the weapons, get all the administration sorted out, and be in the lecture room for 8 o'clock. We knew that we were not going to get any sleep that night. They knew we were not going to get any sleep that night, the instructors. So we cleaned everything, we prepared everything, everybody went into lecture hall at 8 o'clock in the morning, and we were sat in this hall which was called the Falklands Hall, named after the Falkland Islands, of which unfortunately Britain went to war for in 1982. Anyway, we were sat in this lecture hall, the boss came in and he started doing his presentation, his lecture. Well, of course, very, very quickly I started to look around the room, and everybody, everyone's heads were starting to rock, go from side to side, people were trying to keep themselves awake. And what happened was, I then started to become transfixed about what I was seeing. And all of a sudden this made me more tired. Then what happened, the guy behind me, he had his legs crossed. And my head, very slowly, started to go back. And what he was doing to keep himself awake was rock his feet. Well, my head landed here in his foot, and all of a sudden my head was rocking like this. Anyway, very quickly, and I'm sure we've all had this feeling, I had the feeling of somebody watching me. So I opened my eyes, and the whole lecture room was watching me. And it was then that dreaded moment of, I'm in trouble. And the boss at the front says, "Stand up, young man."